Today, I want to get into Atlantis and how essentially the beings that lived in Atlantis, they were essentially the fallen angels, and how that was the primary reason that Atlantis was flooded and destroyed. So basically, I do want to get into that because people don't understand how the story of Atlantis correlates to the pre-flood world. Because it did have hybrids, it did have abominations, and it did have basically a whole bunch of creatures that went against the creation of God. And these creatures were designed by the entities that resided in the city, and not just in that city, but in many places. So, yeah, that was literally the genetic modification that went on in Earth's early history. And lots of people don't like to address it because if they address that, they have to admit to the fact that there were fallen angels on this planet, which is a topic that lots of people like to avoid basically. But really, the main point of discussion that I want to get into is the fact that the gods that were in the city, they were the fallen angels. And they did come from quote unquote stars, but really they came from heaven when they were banished. And this is at least according to the mythology. This is according to the Bible, stuff like that. This is just me trying to comprehend the fictional stories. But anyway, this is what they're saying, is that they came from outer space basically. And looking into it, it's not hard to see that they were trying to establish control over the planet. If you look into it, they claim that it was a capital, the city. So these entities, they were trying to establish control over the planet. And yeah, so I just want to get into that stuff. How, according to these stories and all of that, that these entities came from outer space. They were trying to establish control over the earth.